Jack McKayla joins us from Riverside talking about the girls basketball program. Nobody's probably more excited than you to know that you have a great group of young ladies that are going to come in, they're going to work hard, and you're going to put out a great product this year, whether that means 17-1 or 13-4 or 8-7, whatever the record is. You're going to go out there and have a lot of fun with this group.
Yeah, we are, and it's amazing, John, to see where we are 12 months later. You know, a year ago we're sitting here, you know, talking about where are we going to go, where you know, expectations were really low, and I really think we got through it really well. You know, I think we overachieved last year, and I think maybe we got a little bit spoiled at the same time because, you know, 12 months later we're so far ahead of where we were last year that, you know, nobody's more excited for Friday night than I am right now, just to watch my kids perform.
Hunger. Let's talk about the hunger, where they're at with ended the season last year, somewhere February, March, and then, okay, let's get after this knowing that we're going to be hitting the gym in November. Here we are in early December.
Yeah, and you know, we were unhappy with the way the season ended last year to get knocked out when we did, and it really, if we needed any extra motivation, I think that pushed us. We had an outstanding summer. We had an outstanding fall in the weight room, and everything we did this summer, we had a lot of participation. And you know, we have a lot of kids that love basketball, and you know, nobody loves the game more than me. Nobody's more excited to go to the gym than me. And when you have those kind of kids that love to be there, I mean, it just makes it that much more fun.
Always a little bit of self-evaluation. You had a lot of grit last year. You had a lot of young players step up and play big. What's the one extra thing you think you need to do this year to be at a higher level?
I think what we need to do is we just need to keep getting better, and we just keep developing. You know, I'm happy with our progress. I'm happy with our player development. You know, we always pride ourselves on that, and I think, you know, our teams always get better as the year goes along, which is what you pride yourself on as a coach. And you know, we're just looking to continue that development, take the step, and you know, whatever expectations people have for us, they're not going to be as high as we have for ourselves.
A couple new freshmen coming to the program. A few of them could make an impact. And talk about hey, it's going to be a battle to get to the floor. You still got some seniors and, you know, sophomores that are all over the place here ready to play.
Yeah, it's you know, it's pretty fun because it's definitely competitive, and you know, our message is when you go out there, you better go out there and give us 110% because there's so much talent here now behind you that, hey, if they get out on that floor, they might not be coming back off. So, you know, every day in practice, they're fighting for their jobs, and they're fighting, you know, to get on that court. So it's a fun position to be in as a coach.
Some of the teams in the league, the usual suspects are going to be really good, but there's always a team that maybe overachieves a little bit or could underachieve. Talk about what you like about the competition year in and year out.
Well, you definitely hit the nail on your head when you said the usual suspects. I mean, we know who we have to get past. You know, we're 0-2 against Dunmore last year. We're 0-2 against Old Forge, 1-1 against Holy Cross. I mean, right there, we have to get better, and we have to win those games. You know, we have to become not necessarily more competitive, because I think the teams in the top of our division, I think we play them tougher than anybody. You know, historically, for a long period of time, not just last year, you know, historically. But we need to win those games. You know, it's not enough to be close. It's not enough to be competitive. And you know, we lost 9 games last year, and all those teams are back on the schedule. So it's going to be, you know, what are you going to do against those teams? And we're excited to find out what we are going to do about them.
We're looking forward to seeing the Lady Vikes here in 2018-19. Coach, always great to catch up with you.
Thank you, John. Looking forward to the season. Thank you.
Julie Antonacci joins us from Riverside talking about the Lady Vikes basketball program. It's your senior year. Here it is. You're going to lay it out all on the court. A lot of talented players this year. Talk about your excitement hitting the floor.
I'm really excited, especially because it's my last year, so I'm just giving everything I could. And we have a young team, and I'm really excited because they're really good, and I'm excited to see what the season brings.
Coach McConnell talking to everybody, saying about your commitment on the defensive end of the ball. Talk about being committed there. We know you can shoot that outside shot offensively. Talk about being committed defensively.
Well, since my offensive game is pretty good, I've been working on defense throughout the summer, and I feel like I really improved. And Coach has been telling me that I improved so much in defense since last year, so I'm really excited to show that on the court.
What do you think it means to be a leader this year with a lot of young players, showing them the way as to what you need to do? What is the way?
I feel like Coach always teaches us that leadership is most important. So, you know, guiding like the new freshmen and everything and showing them the varsity weights and how to play fast and just how to give it your all and stuff. So I feel like that's really important.
Talk about the hunger you feel this group had in the off season. And again, some of the girls you may not have known, they've been freshmen, but do you feel like everybody's really, really hungry for this season?
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like we're all really excited and eager to get on the court. And I feel like sometimes we just play so fast because we're so excited to be out there that we kind of lose control. But I think by the time the season comes, we'll be under control and ready to go.
All right, Julia, great to catch up with you. Have success this year.
Thank you.
Marley Hoskins here on the John Mendola Show at our Carol and Janelle, the Takeaway Kitchen. And Marley, let's talk a little bit about being a leader this year and being able to do your best. Vocal person, you do it by example.
Yeah,
you say much?
Well, I've been led by some great players. Like I was on the team with Lizzie Spindler and Natalie Satile, so I've seen a lot of great role models come before me. And I've tried to take a little bit of what they've all had and use it in my own way. So I do try to lead by example as much as I can. I am very vocal on the court, so I do try my best with that.
Everybody's battling for a position. It
Yes.
doesn't matter if you're a freshman, a sophomore, junior, or senior. Everybody wants their minutes, but hopefully it's for the betterment of the team.
Yeah.
Talk about when you get your chance, putting in the minutes that you get and then making the most of it.
No, I'm not a starter, but with the minutes that I get, I really do try my best to try to better the team and kind of do my best out there. I'm a distributor mostly, so I try to get the ball to who I know are the real playmakers. I put everything out there, and because I do not always play the biggest amount of minutes, I know that I can put everything I have on the court for the time that I have and leave nothing else.
The final go-round for you, you'd like to see really good things happen as this year goes on. Is there a chance this team could make a pretty big run this year?
I do think so. I mean, we really have high expectations this year, and with a lot of returning starters, even though they are younger, they do have experience, and I think that with our new freshman point guard, Kayla Rose, and the returning starters, we're really going to have a great chance at making a state run.
As far as offensively, the ball could get distributed. This could be 10 here, 12 here, 13 here. You have that ability. That's a great thing. Not many teams are going to have that. So
Yeah.
do you see that in practice a lot where somebody could get a hot hand and just go off?
Yeah, I do think so. I mean, we have some great players this year with our shooters like Julia and Kylie. We really have a good chance.
Okay, Marley, well, great to catch up with you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Kayla Rose with us from Riverside. We're talking about the Lady Vikes basketball program. You got the freshman thing out of the way last year. What an experience that was. Talk about hitting the court last year. You're kind of like everybody, when you're a freshman, you're kind of like a nervous deer out there, but it all worked out. There was a lot of success with the freshmen.
Yeah, I was a little nervous like in my first couple games, but then after a while, like I got used to it and I just played my normal game and just kept doing what I can do.
Let's talk about shooting wise. You had shots last year. I'm sure you wanted to work on that again this year. What did you put into your off season?
Over the summer, I worked a lot on shooting and I gained a little more confidence in my shot, so hopefully this year I'll shoot some more and my shots will fall.
Balanced scoring, we talked to one of your teammates about. Talk about some of the girls around you. Who's able to score this year? And do you think that'll kind of expand a little bit more?
Yeah, I think we're all capable of scoring, so if one person is off, we have another person who we can count on, and we just have a whole bunch of people who are good and who can do their own thing.
It seemed last year people were unselfish, so talk about this year. You feeling like the same, that people are just willing to do what it takes?
Yeah, I think we're just we're an unselfish team. We just want to win. We want all our teammates to do good.
For you, what are things that you think will make this year different than last year? Again, last year there was a lot of success, but to take it up a level, what do you think those little things will be?
I think just we've been working harder and just practicing, and we were young last year. It was only our freshman year, so now we're used to it and we know what to expect. We have some new players who are adding on, so I think we'll have a good year.
There's little doubt that toughness is a quality that you would say about this team. Talk about, inside, just being able to make some moves, and there's a couple girls that just could be tough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is tough sometimes, but you gotta always keep trying, and if it's not working, then you pass it out to someone for an open shot. And
I hope you have success again this year, all right?
Thank you.
Emily Taylor joins us here on the John Mendola Show. We're continuing the conversation with the Lady Vikes of Riverside here at our Carol and Janelle's Takeaway Kitchen. Emily, let's talk about what it felt like for you last year when you hit that floor as a freshman.
Yeah, definitely excited just to finally be out there with all the girls I've played with in the past. It's very exciting, and you just got to hustle out there. And it was very fun to finally be out there.
It seemed like a few of you as freshmen just kind of welcomed it. It didn't appear like there was a lot of nerves. Talk about why you think that was. You just loved the game, so used to playing?
Yeah, definitely very used to playing, and you're out there for a reason, so you can't be nervous. You have to kind of go out there and play. Like, you know you're good, you got to go out there and do your thing.
About the off season for you, talk about what you think you worked on to get yourself ready here for 2018-19.
Yeah, I've been lifting a lot, been in the gym a lot, shooting around, working on my shots, my game. Definitely been lifting a lot, though. I want to get stronger, and I definitely think it paid off.
Last year, what did you feel good about your team, and then now this year? Like, so there's girls about 5'7", 5'8" that could shoot inside, a presence. Outside, you had some shooters. Do you feel like you need to get stronger defensively, or you just need to be more consistent offensively?
Definitely defense comes first. Defense wins games. Offense will always be there. I mean, we all can score everyone. You cannot just guard. You have to guard everyone. We can all score. But definitely defense, but we're all defensively sound. We can just get it done.
Let's talk about Coach Mikhailo and his approach to this season. What's he been telling us?
Just get better every day. And I strongly believe that. Like, if you just work hard, go out there, just work hard, and you'll win.
All right, well, we wish you the best this season, all right?
Thank you.
Alexis Karpinsky with us from Riverside. At least last year, you started on the bench, but boy, as the season heated up, you came off that bench, and it was just hard to take you off the floor. Talk about just giving it your all last year and wanting to stay on the floor.
Yeah, I was like the spark off the bench. Like, I came out there and gave it my all, and it was just, it didn't matter if I started or not. I just knew that I'd go out there and do what I do.
A lot of sophomores last year that played. You were one of them. Talk about, being able to maybe get hot. You'd score 6, 8, 10 points in a row, and you started heating up. I think the other players fed off you, and you said that spark. This year, you're probably going to have an increased role. Somebody else might be the spark. But talk about what you worked on in the off season to make yourself better.
I worked on a lot of basketball. I played JV hoops, travel over the summer, and I've been working out and like all summer nonstop. So I think that really helped me. And I've been working on my shot, so I can shoot from like all over now, and I've been working on it.
I kind of know some of you girls. I don't know you real well, but you have 2, 3, 4 girls that are kind of the same size, have a similar skill set. So sure, maybe players on the other team might get confused. Oh wait, who's this? Who's that? Talk about similarities on your team and what everybody could do, defense and scoring. It seems like everybody has similar skill sets.
Yeah, we're a fast team. We can pretty much like switch. Like, we can do anything like together. We're just like really good working team together, and like we can most of us can do like the same thing. So it's easier. Like, we can play all over, so we don't have to worry about being in the right spot and the right time. So we can like rely on each other.
How about Coach? What's he going to ask you to do this year? Are you going to be a defensive specialist, or?
Yeah, I think he expects a lot on defense. He expects me to shoot and make good passes and rebound and hustle all the time. Like a good defender this year.
All right. You also bring that element of toughness like your teammates as well. We wish you the best. At least have a great season.
Thank you.
Bella McKeefrey is with us here from Riverside. We're talking Lady Vikes basketball. Bella, let's talk about the work ethic in the off season. What did you try to do to make sure you're up to speed? Because everybody on this team is getting better.
Well, in the summer I played travel basketball and I practiced a lot, and I was conditioning and working out and trying to get stronger and faster and ready.
What was it like to get on the court last year as a freshman? At times, I'm sure, Coach said, hey, this is what I need you to do. There's probably a lot going through your head, but I'm sure it was a great experience for you.
Yeah, it's exciting. I like being out there on the court and giving it my all.
Let's talk about being a point guard and being able to put in some time. Talk about just distributing the ball where it needs to go, working on that. And then, of course, I'm sure you're working on your outside shot as well.
Yeah, you just need when you're a point guard, you need to be the leader of the team and be able to distribute the ball and get good shots, make shots for your teammates, and try to make your own shots.
I'm sure it's easy looking at it from your perspective when you see all the weapons that could score on this team. Talk about some of the girls on the team, whether you go outside or inside. There's other girls who could just put the ball in the net.
Yeah, we have like Elise, Emily, Kayla. They're really good shooters, and they can just do it all. They are good in the post and
Yeah, Julia and Kylie, they're great shooters and great players.
All right, Bella, well, we wish you the best this season. Allie Nanashiz is with us from Riverside. We're talking about the Lady Vikes basketball program. Allie, Coach said something about, you being a future captain down the road of this team. Why would he say something like that?
I mean, I really try to keep my girls in check, so they know their own roles. So I try to show them the right path on JV, and I really try to help them become a team altogether.
Talk about pushing girls in practice, and everybody's vying for playing time. What do you go in mentally to say, this is what I'm going to do this practice?
What I try to do is I try to set goals for myself, and if I set goals for myself, I'll set goals for my teammates too. So I'll try to help myself one play, and then the next play try to help one of my teammates.
Whether you play 2 minutes or 20 minutes, you're all in this together. Great friendships come of this.
Yeah.
Great camaraderie. It's a lot of fun. Talk about what it's like being around this group of girls.
I mean, they're my best friends. I love them all to death. I don't know where I would be without them. Basketball has made the tightest friendships I've ever had. So I really don't know what I would do without basketball.
Special group of girls, there's no doubt.
Yeah, they're awesome.
All right, I hope you have a great season this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leah Howe is with us, and Leah, part of this Riverside Lady Vikes program. Obviously, the transfer, we're not 100% sure what's going to happen. Let's talk about your approach in practice, day in and day out, what you try to do to get better in the game of basketball.
Well, first of all, I try to make everybody else better around me. I try my best. Even though I can't play this season right now, I'm still going to work very hard during the season and during the off season, and hopefully next year I can come back and I'll be able to play next year and make the team good again, help everybody out.
Let's talk about getting to know some of these girls the last month or so. What did you get to learn about these girls?
They're all very hard workers. Before the season, I actually played with some of them. So I knew some through travel basketball, through that way, and then some I got to be really good friends with, and they're amazing girls, and they're even harder workers, so I can't wait to play with them.
Talk about your game, of what you think you need to do. Is it rebounding? Is it scoring in the paint? What are some things that you try to work in and day out to get better? You're pretty tall.
Definitely scoring is my strong suit, but I'm trying to expand outside a little more and get better out there with my shooting range and everything. I'm also trying to work on my defense a little bit, quicker feet, things like that. And rebounding is also another big thing for me since I am taller. So, jumping and mobility is something to work on too.
Talk about the support mentally, just trying to say, listen, I've got to support these girls 100% this year, and although I may not make the floor, but you're going to be there every practice to try to make them better. When the games come up, you're going to be, biggest fan for a lot of these Lady Vikes.
Right, on the bench especially, I'm going to be yelling my lungs out and supporting everybody as best I can, or even if they just need somebody to talk to. So I'm going to try and be there for everybody.
All right, keep working hard.
Thank you.